Well, since last time, Suge's lawyer, Matthew Fletcher, has actually pleaded guilty. Actually pleaded no contest to one count of conspiracy to obstruct justice and one count of perjury in an attempt to try to bribe witnesses in order to get Suge out of prison. Have you heard about this?
I believe that.
Right. Under the terms of the plea deal, the lawyer, Matthew Fletcher, is getting 5 years of probation, and he's barred from practicing law for the rest of his life. It's a very interesting story in terms of looking into it.
But it's some weird shit, though.
So basically, the lawyer on wiretaps said he referred to himself as a fucking gang motherfucking lawyer. So essentially, he was captured on tape a few years ago talking about the situation, and he basically was charged with conspiring to bribe witnesses to lie on behalf of Suge Knight, who he was representing at the time of the murder case. 6 months before the plea deal, Fletcher and another member of the defense team, Thaddeus Culpepper, were indicted on several charges regarding to witness tampering. They say the attorneys were trying to pay witnesses to testify that a group of men who confronted Suge Knight at the burger stand were armed with guns. Because that was the whole thing,
right.
Was that Bones said he didn't have a gun, and Suge tried to say he had a gun, which is why he ran him over and so forth. They ended up accidentally killing Terry. So, I mean, it's very interesting the way it actually came together. So,
well, see, if they would have dealt with that head on, like just been honest, 100 with that case, I panicked. I got scared when that motherfucker started hitting me because, like I said earlier, some guys were born to be like this. Some cats just choose to be like this.
Right.
Suge chose to be with something he didn't have to be. You a college student, you did this, you got money, you don't have to be gangster.
Yeah. Well,
now, let me tell you, Vlad, you don't have to be gangster, right? So, because you chose to be this way, your day is coming that somebody's going to test you. So what happened was that you feel that you can come in and the old tactics and all of this can be played. Now, mind you, Suge ain't no bitch. He ain't no bitch. But here goes some real motherfuckers. You ain't doing that, homie. Instead of respecting the homies, whomever, that B-Dog car, it was like on some fuck it. So when you were attacked, you put your head down and drove the fuck off. Suge did not pay, and he shouldn't have got murdered. He should have got manslaughter. He put his head down and tried to get the fuck out of the situation.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is how the lawyer got busted. Basically, the case relied on a jailhouse conversation that Suge had with a witness that said that he was willing to help with his defense. This witness was actually a sheriff's department informant posing as a witness who had the conversation with Suge. So Knight then sent that informant to his lawyer with a suggestion that witness needs to be paid.
Nobody fought but theirs.
So basically, in court recordings, basically they were saying, "Oh, if this cat's ready to come forward and say, look, man, we had guns. I don't care what he say. I don't care why he says it." And if somewhere down the road they say, "Oh, hey, give us 50 racks," okay, well, prove that shit. So essentially, you had these guys that were pretending to be witnesses that they tried to pay off. There's a call between Fletcher and Suge Knight where they basically agreed that $25,000 would be a fair investment to pay this guy off to say this. It was it was crazy.
He couldn't have made that deal, or he shouldn't have went nowhere near that unless he knew who these cats were.
Right.
Were they street cred cats?
No.
If he didn't know that, you talking to Suge, you shouldn't have did that.
Right.
So, I mean, that pretty much just hurt his whole case.
Yeah, hurt their whole thing. The lawyer got indicted. The other lawyer is getting indicted also. I think that case is still pending. So, yeah, this lawyer has now pled guilty. So he lost his law license. Luckily, he didn't get jail time. He only got 5 years of probation. The other lawyer is still facing charges. Suge got his 28 years. And yeah, it's a mess.